All right. Okay, let's start with the heavy hitter here. And this clip is called Revisiting the Bobby Lee and Lawsuit Controversies. I Blame the Team. Now, Brendan gets asked, whatever happened to the whole Bobby Lee thing. He answers it, and let's just watch the clip here. Let's see what he says.
What's up? But I kind of want to ask your guys' situation on it. Like, what's going on with you and Bobby Lee? Have you guys squashed everything?
Yeah,
I mean,
so real quick, Brian's closer with, he's always been closer with Bobby than I was. Like, me and Bobby didn't talk like weekly or even monthly. If I saw him at the store, we're always cool.
Yeah.
But it's not like if I tell you, which is the truth, I don't talk to Bobby. I didn't talk to him before any of this. So there's no falling out. We were never that close. Yeah.
Co-workers in the comedy world, right? That's basically it.
So I had apologized to Bobby. I think I apologized to him 1,000 times, and I think we spoke a little bit, and I said, I love you, and I'm eternally sorry, and he said we're good, and so I love him, and I take full responsibility. I was going through something. I was not working on good information, and I was wrong. I was wrong through and through. That guy didn't deserve it.
Okay, so just to kind of recap things, these two guys blamed Bobby for being a ringleader, like scheming online to talk shit about Brendan, his comedy, his life, all through a subreddit, which is the one I'm on right now. They thought that he was the one running this subreddit.
Bobby, I've known a long time.
The whole thing was a terrible mistake.
He's a national treasure.
Mm-hmm.
He just is
hilarious,
and he's also one of the funniest motherfuckers on the planet. He's also
he
also has the
most viral podcast clip with us of all time.
Yeah. I mean, he's amazing.
So
I miss Bobby. I miss Bobby, and I don't have a lot of regrets. I've done everything I've done.
He's talking about a clip that went viral where Bobby tells a story that he was by a person with Down syndrome. It was one of the biggest clips that the Fighter and the Kid ever did.
When I was in when I was 9, I got by a guy with Down syndrome.
Don't laugh, Brendan.
I'm not laughing.
Why'd you laugh?
It's just
that's fucking rude.
It's such a curve.
I've done a pretty good job. I made good choices in my life. I've treated everybody very well. I think that's my biggest regret. I was defending my friend Brendan. I wasn't working on all the information, and I don't know. I could get into what it was. I was going through some really crazy shit, and I just lost my fucking mind.
It was a weird time.
And I lost it on the last person that deserved it.
And I'll take it. And
I've apologized to him unreservedly.
Yeah. And I hope you guys are friends. Like I said, me and Bobby were never that close. So it's like,
but sometimes me and
him not having a relationship is whatever.
Yeah.
But I hope you and him are friends.
Yeah,
you guys know each other for a long time.
Sometimes you fuck up so badly, which I did, that I don't.
He pretty much, fucked himself, by going in and not further investigating if Brendan was saying was accurate, and went, emotionally into that conversation with Bobby and Kalila, and it just kind of snowballed, right?
Maybe I don't deserve it. Maybe I have to live with that.
Yeah, and I'll take accountability too. Like Brian said, we're going through a lot. It's like that whole time was so weird. Like now I'm in a much better place, much healthier. I don't have the wrong people around me. Like when that was going on, like if that same opportunity came to me now, someone pitched, I'd be like, are you out of your fucking no?
There was
it was so weird. So and then also like I never thought it would become what it did. Like
I think what he's probably referring to is that was the same time I think that he was gonna release the Gringo Poppy special.
What the fuck's Mexican cookie? What are you talking about? It's like a chocolate chip with salsa all over it? What are you talking about?
And he was on the verge of suing Kyle from what's that fool's name? Unique. There you go, Unique. He was about to sue him, so there was a lot of problems happening, and it just went even more further when he falsely accused Bobby of being a hacker or something.
In my head, the way I work, it's like my thing with Bobby was like, hey, I don't want this to go public. I heard some of this stuff, and then it just became this monster, So it's like,
and part of it's because people love Bobby.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
So it's like, and also I've said to him privately, I've said this publicly, but I've said it to him many times. I said, I was out of line. You know what I did?
I told you that when we got off, I'm like, holy fuck.
I fucked up. I fucked up, and I've never fucked
to be
up
honest,
like that.
Brian, then straight, I'm not. Don't get mad at this. Brian has horrible anger issues.
Yeah,
Like the worst side of anybody
I get
know.
a little crazy.
Yeah, when you get mad.
So either there's some back and forth there, like blaming, "Hey, I shouldn't have done it, you shouldn't have done that." Okay, let's keep going.
So when I think my friends are getting, I was mad about some stuff that was going on.
No, I get it. When you get mad, you get mad. So, but that was a time period. It's like the same thing. I'm sure get brought up. Like even with this lawsuit thing, right? With this YouTuber, that's all around the same time. And at that time, again, I take full accountability because remember, I have a whole team, right? You have business managers, you have this entertainment manager, you got lawyer, you got this. I have a whole bunch of people working for me at the time. I've never been the guy to give people like, you can control this. Never. It's not my thing. That's why I'm at where I'm at. But somewhere along the line, I lost my way. I started delegating certain things to people. And
So he's trying to say that, yeah, I went corporate, bro, and going corporate kind of messed me up. I blame, as the title says, I blame my team, because if I would have been doing it by myself, I would have just handled the issues by myself. It probably would have been a whole different, probably would have been better, not this whole chaotic thing. But like, bro, you might say that maybe you're lying, I don't know. But if that's your excuse, okay. Because I don't know what you did behind the scenes and who helped you out, and maybe somebody did screw you over. I don't know. But yeah, that's one way of looking at things. That yeah, I went corporate and shit went bad for me.
but like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, my social media was awful because it's not me. Those days are gone. So when that was going on, so the lawsuit thing, I'm sure it's a question, the lawsuit thing. A guy who's no longer with me, a business guy, comes to me and goes, "Hey man, there's this guy on YouTube." Again, I hand to God, I've never seen any of it. I don't see any of it. I know there's some bad stuff
That's
out there.
an important point to pause on because we didn't do enough fucking looking into what was really going on. And then we pointed our guns.
Well, no, so this is the Bobby thing. Let me talk. So the lawsuit thing, he wasn't even like, so with that, so this guy who works for me, right, doing this stuff, business manager, he goes, "Hey man, I got a call from this lawyer. I've known him a long time. That there's this guy on YouTube. He's making thousands of videos, bad mouthing you and using your content, blah, blah." And I go,
He said, "I don't care."
I go, "I don't care, dude. Like, there's a million of them. What are you gonna do?"
The person he is talking about is Unique, right? And he was making a whole bunch of videos about him. I'm not gonna lie. Did Unique say that Brendan beat his kids or was being abusive or whatever? No. I think one of the biggest things that happened there was that Unique exposed Brendan for allegedly cheating on his wife, and it was all in this football arena thing he was hosting, and he shows a clip, Unique shows a clip of Brendan giving his number out to some chick, right? A note or something. And then maybe he got worried because of that. Maybe the guy, that corporate guy, said that, "Hey bro, like there's clips of you saying that you might be cheating on your wife, like you want me to do something about that?" He's like, "Oh hell yeah." Right? But those other things that he might have said that the other guy Unique said, I don't think that's the narrative here. I think the problem was that he exposed them for kind of allegedly cheating, right? But they categorized the whole lawsuit as a copyright issue. They never said it was because of defamation. It was never that. And he keeps saying that. He says that numerous times. That's not the case. It was always a copyright thing. Unique's channel got taken down and all of that other bullshit.
"That's bad, man." He said, "You hit your kids." And I was like, okay. Like, I don't give a shit, dude. None of it's true. That goes away. Next week comes back, same thing. "Dude, I'm telling you, I really think we should do something." And they know how to pull at my heartstring. He goes, he has a rap sheet where, he beat his son. It's on video on there. I'm like, whoa. All right, do what you got to do.
That's right.
And I was told,
Child abuse.
ready, I was told, this is easy. It take 3 months. It's still going on. That was...
Really?
So he blamed Unique of right, and he was like, "We gotta stop this." Unique always be like streaming and drinking a lot, and he might have left his stream on, and you might have heard something on the background. He has other videos where he's done that
3 years ago. It's still going on. But here's what people don't realize is, So they told me 3 months, and I don't know if they were in cahoots together, just getting money out of me or whatever. I couldn't, if the guy walked in there right now as a guest, I couldn't point him out. I don't know who it is. I wasn't dealing with it. I'm like, yeah, do your thing. Again, that's me now, me 10 years ago, I would never, you're never going to beat the internet. It's just, internet's going to internet. There's nothing you can do.
Internet's going to internet.
And at the time, like the initial cost, good amount of money, but again, at the time, whatever, your boy's balling. You know? So at the time, like, yeah, do what you got to do. Well, thank God, and people don't realize this, and even if he's doing, like, dragging it out, it's pro bono. I don't pay anymore.
Like, yeah, do your thing. Do what you need to do, right? But and then he blames his lawyer, whoever it was, like, I don't know, he might have been, like, you know, stealing from me. He might have been working with Unique. What? Bro, it was also your fault for not looking into the case or like looking at the problem in hand that happened, right? You didn't do your due diligence in handling it. And now you're saying, well, maybe the lawyer, like, you know, he kept this thing going because he wanted more money. It's like, bro, if you saw that already, you should have seen that from like what, 2 years ago, 3 years ago already. Now this whole thing has happened, but you just let it kept going until you're like, well, I mean, because they lost. I mean, he dropped it now because they lost. I think he lost the appeals too. And Unique said he didn't even waste any money from it. He didn't even try to fight it, and he still won.
So whatever issue they have with it, I couldn't tell you what's going on with it. I couldn't tell you when it's going to end. I know nothing about. I don't associate with them anymore. I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you. But my point is, all of that, you're talking, I have the wrong people around me. Again, I take accountability because that's all. I have to give these people jobs. I have the wrong people around me that I hired, horrible people, right? I have this business guy that had no business managing any of my shit.
Bad information.
Bad information. And I'm at a time where I'm not steering the ship, and it's not good. Now you can notice, fast forward now, had to take time off from staying.
I forgot to mention too, he said pro bono. Some people are saying the reason why he said pro bono is because his dad paid for this whole lawsuit. That's allegedly too. But they keep saying in the subreddit that his dad always be buying or co-signing like expensive cars with him because he might, and like I think also at that time he might have been like losing some money, so he had to get, you know, co-signer. His dad also, you know, a very rich person, and also saying pro bono, like, why would they be doing this pro bono? It's a losing case, you know. It doesn't make sense, you know.
Stand up. I'm doing too much. I got cut back on the shows. I was going down a bad road, man. I control it. My social media, your boy's back. I've been back about a year now. I run everything. Everything you see is me. Everything you see now is my decision. Notice how much better it is, how much more positive I am. I'm a positive person. That time when Brian's going through that and we're going through all this mayhem, that was probably the darkest hours of our careers, of our life.
Well, yeah, you spend your whole time building everything. And
well, they made it hell. Brandon didn't look through things. He didn't investigate, right? He let people do whatever they wanted. It's your fault too. Like, you gotta just deal with it. It was your fault as well.
And then I made it worse by far by pointing my gun at somebody I care about that didn't deserve it.
But to your defense, that could have been Bobby. That could have been Rogan. That could have been Bert Kreischer. It was just at that moment.
On that day, I was going crazy.
And it just so happened you took your anger on Bobby.
Well, I was going through something else. And I
it surprised me.
He was gonna blame Rogan for talking shit online, making a subreddit. Like, I don't want to be racist or anything, but maybe they saw Bobby as Asian and they're like, he's good with computers, you know? Like, he's probably the one that was doing all this stuff. Or, I don't know, maybe it was just it's a patsy kind of thing because who they really want to take down was Unique.
But also, I don't like talking about it because that makes an excuse.
No, it's not an excuse.
For me. So there's no excuse.
No, there's no excuse.
No matter what I was going through, what I did was 100% wrong.
And boy, was it a fuck up.
I said it from day one. I said it from the day after. I was like, if you're looking to point a finger, I'm the one who did it. I was wrong. I would never speak that way again, and I'm eternally sorry.
Again, but to me, when I'm at on it, shit happens. We apologize. Not going to dwell on it. Hopefully, Brian and Bobby are friends.
I hope so.
Me and Bobby never really had a relationship. Like, I'm good. Bobby's good. He's crushing it. You know, hopefully you guys are friends, but I'm good.
Yeah, but what made me feel happy
If
is
Bobby
that
ever wanted to come on and fuck,
let's not forget that Brendan put himself in an even worse position, or maybe actually a good position, for going on the Tiger Belly podcast, you know, Bobby's podcast, and talking about it. But I think the part what I'm saying is kind of got worse was when Kalila was like, "Where's your proof, right?" And he's like, "I got all these pages. I got all, like, what he said, 500 pages of evidence." And till today, we haven't seen anything about that. Kalila said that she got like code, like a HTML kind of thing. And she was like, "What the heck is this? Is this your proof?"
What we saw was a very zoomed in photo of HTML codes, numbers, no context on a paper. And you know when you encircle something on your phone with red, it just said the company's email. And then he showed me another page, all HTML code, no context, completely zoomed in. And it said Robert Lee, which is not even Bobby's like government name. We were supposed to update the audience on Tiger Belly, but we forgot. But those are the two things that I saw, and I was like, Brendan, this is a joke. This is a Mickey Mouse. Like, someone could have just sent you this. My mom could have just photoshopped this.
Brendan, not knowing anything about technology, he was like, "This is what they gave me. This is what they said that, you know, that they got against you." And I think maybe Brendan probably like let that shit go because it wasn't gonna go anywhere, right? Expose himself. And we all saw that. We all saw that he was just kind of lying and maybe trying to put the blame on Bobby. And they try to do this behind the scenes. And Bobby just did not want to take that. He spoke out just like how George Janko did. It's all kind of like, you know, poetic in a way, right?
Yeah, we'd have him on.
Yeah, of course.
To all honesty, I don't think he ever would.
Well,
I just don't think so.
We spoke. I mean, what I appreciated was that it's like, at least we established that we're good, you know. And I think he accepts my apology, and it's all good. So
yeah. But either way, they're fine. We're fine. They're killing it. Like, bad friends are killing it. I love Santino to death.
Yeah.
I was way closer with Santino. Me and him don't talk anymore. That bums me out. I was really close to Santino. Love Santino. Love him to death. Yeah. I was close to Santino. But again, I get it. This whole drama thing, that's your partner. That's like Brian. You got Brian, man. Your enemy of Brian's enemy of mine. So
he understands that, you know, friends got each other's back. So he's got to understand that, you know, out of loyalty, out of friendship, you're going to try to stay away from that. And because you don't want to upset your own friend who's more closer to you. Just how, like, Brendan is close to Callan, you know, Andrew Santino is close to Bobby. So it's understandable why he didn't want to talk to him no more. And also, probably, he doesn't have much to bring to the table as well. So.
Well, Santino, I get it. Respect. Sucks. We're not friends. Makes me sad. All good. Grown man.
Yeah, but anyway.
What else you got?
Yeah, it's like, I got this new team. They were telling me the wrong things, but I gave in because I thought I was doing the right thing, right? If that's Brendan's kind of like whole narrative, right? Like, I was thinking I was doing the right thing because I heard bad things about Unique, so I wanted to stop it. But he's lying. He's lying because this whole thing is not true. Some of it is, like, obviously the whole, like, screaming at Bobby Lee and, you know, and having lawyers and stuff, but there's certain aspects that he's not saying because these lawsuits weren't about, like, defamation, as he might say. They were copyright infringement. And Unique, you know, he got away with it because he was doing transformative videos, so he was able to do it. The judges saw that. All things also, you know, Ethan Klein, he was the one that kind of pioneered that for, you know, criticism online, because he was sued once by somebody that didn't like the way that Ethan was making fun of him or showing his videos, right? So, yeah, that's it. That's all I got to say about that. Kind of interesting. Let's go to the next clip. Let me know what you guys think about this.